Energized show, up the Irish.
Okay, what's going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. Ross, introduce the guest, man.
Today we have the Shoey King. It is the one and only Bam Bam Tai Tuivasa. Tai, how you doing today, man?
I'm good, boys. Thanks for having me on.
No, it's brilliant to have you, bud.
No, absolutely. Tai, you have a massive fight on the horizon. You're fighting Cyril Gane. What did it mean when UFC rang you and said, Tai, we want you to fight Cyril Gane in France?
I kind of asked for the fight, so it was good that I got it. And I'm used to being sent into the into the opposite end, so it's nothing new for me. Just another fight.
And Tai, obviously you're on this 5-fight win streak at the moment. Finishes galore. Your last 3 fights, you've got the performance bonuses. What was the thing that changed after you had that skid of losses in a row?
Just a lot of personal issues I had to change. A bit of a mental switch, if that's the words. But I just knew something wasn't working, and I had to switch it up, and that's what I did. I went back to the drawing board, and now we're here.
Tell us this, Tai, because everyone's going to shoot us if we don't ask about the shoey, right? So, first of all, when did the shoey become a thing for you? When were you like, right, every time I win, I'm going to do a shoey? And then also, how often do you get asked to do a shoey?
Well, I was just thinking of the fastest way to get pissed, and that was the fastest way from taking someone's beer from outside the cage. And then obviously the shoey's an Aussie thing, and we've been doing it with my mates for a long time, so it kind of just fell into place, and then it kind of just stuck for now. I'm the shoey boy, and I get fucking asked all the time, man, all the time to do shoeys.
How often out of camp would you do a shoey with someone?
Oh, out of camp, I'm pretty much keen. Unless I'm at breakfast, fuck off and leave me alone. But anytime, I'm always keen, most of the time.
And I'm sure you have like some famous people get on to you about the shoey. Who's the most famous person you've ever seen do a shoey?
That's a good question.
John Boy.
Think, yeah. John Boy. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I've seen a few. I've seen Katy Perry do one. That was pretty impressive.
That's pretty tops, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is pretty good.
She's like an international global superstar, no?
Yeah, that's up there. That's up there.
And
So
is the goal still to get Dana White to do a real shoey?
I've pressured him a few times. It doesn't look like he's gonna break. So, he had a Tai Tuivasa, so that kind of counts or something, I suppose.
Yeah.
So
By the way,
you're obviously headlining UFC Paris now, and you're going into the Lions Den against Cyril Gane. Last time out, you went into the Lions Den against Derek Lewis. Like, how's it feel now flying over to Paris to go to compete for the first time ever in Paris under the UFC banner?
It's a great opportunity. It's an honor to be a part of, and it's history. So for me, it doesn't. I don't really care where I fight. I'm gonna rock up and fight. But I suppose an upset's always good as well. So either way, it's a win-win for me.
Tai, with this fight, did you think this one should have been for the interim title if Francis is going to be out for a while?
Definitely. I thought it should be, but and then again, that's all the politics side of fighting, and I don't really get involved too much into that. I just know a win over Cyril will get me more money, and will get me a shot at the title, and that's all I really care about is the money.
Yeah. Absolutely. Tell us this: did you watch UFC London, and did you see the Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades fight? Now, I know it only lasted 15 seconds, but where do you think that leaves both men?
Well, it's left Tom out for a little bit, I think. I don't know what he did exactly. Um, I hope it's not too bad. You know what I mean? As much as we're competitors, no one wants to get injured and not be able to feed their family. So I hope he's all right. And Curtis Blades has been at the top for a while now. He always seems to get so close and then get so far. So I think Curtis Blades is a contender as well. And like I said, all that shit's fucking not really my thing. You know what I mean? I rock up, I get told who I'm fighting, I rock up and I fight.
And then, I suppose the other big names in the heavyweight division that are unmatched. Well, one who's never fought there is John Jones versus Stipe. What do you make of that being a potential fight later on in the year? And would you love to catch the winner of that if Francis isn't about?
Oh, definitely. They're both two names that I'd love to fight just for the sake of it. I kind of fight for that reason. Like one day I can say, "Oh, I fought this guy, I fought that guy," win or lose. But I just like to. I'm a fighter, so that's kind of why I do this, and obviously to get paid. But yeah, I'd definitely fight. I'd love to knock John Jones's head off, or have an attempt at it anyway.
Would you love to make that headline in Australia as well, Tai?
That's a pay-per-view anywhere, in any country. I think we would. I think that'll create big numbers. I think it'll create a lot of revenue for the company, and it'll create. And I'm sure a lot of eyes will be watching. That's for sure.
100%.
And then, Tai, obviously during the whole lockdown, New Zealand and Australia were super, super strict, and that obviously affected a lot of people's lives. Like we saw the likes of like Dan Hooker spending months and months away from his family, etc., etc. You've now sort of relocated, and you spend a lot of time in Dubai now. Is this your new home for your camp, and is that due to what happened over the course of lockdown?
Yeah, it's definitely the main reason that I come here. Obviously, I got a good I got a good team here, and now it's really just kind of settled in, and it's kind of worked for me now 5 times in a row. I got a good team of people around me, and Dubai is good for me because it's a bit stricter than than other countries. So it's a good place for me to put my head down and my ass up, and I just get to work.
Less people doing shoeies, Ross.
No shoeies in the streets. No shoeies in the streets.
Or whatever. It's all behind closed doors. So you just gotta. It's good here. I keep myself sensible here.
Yeah. Oh, stop. From knowing the Irish in Australia, they know it's loose. They know it's loose. I think we're two of a kind, Ireland and Australia. We both love an old daytime drink.
Oh, definitely. That's why I get along with the Irish. I love the Irish, and they're always down for a drink, and so are us Aussies. So we're very, very similar. And most of the Irish I've met in Australia don't leave, so they come for a holiday and end up staying.
Tell us this, Tai. Will there be any other European trips after Paris? Will you come visit Ireland after Paris?
Well, Ireland's not on my list as of yet. But
maybe it should be put on the list.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, because if you think about it, you could come. We'll welcome you with open arms. We'll pick you up from the airport, and then we'll go to the nearest pub, and we'll do a shoey of a pint of Guinness.
Oh, that would be brilliant.
Guinness is a tough one. I actually.
Yeah, but when in Rome, Tai. When in Rome.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Well, I went to Irish pub when we were here for Christmas Eve, and apparently that's what you drink on Christmas Eve, or maybe all the time in the Irish. But yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best drink.
You can't judge it until you're in Ireland and have it in Dublin. It's a different gravy over here.
I actually have heard that it's better in Ireland. Is that true or not?
Facts.
Yeah.
Supposedly
it's very popular in Nigeria as well.
Yeah.
In Nigeria.
Yeah, not
Nigeria
even messing.
produce and drink more Guinness than Ireland. They're the only country in the world.
Fuck off! I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
There's one for the books. One
crazy.
type of
Yeah.
drink one type of drink, Bam Bam, you really like is Happy Dad. Like you're now an honorary Nelk boy as well. Like how is that relationship after forming?
Yeah. So me and Steve, we obviously, and the Milk Boys, we met over in Abu Dhabi when I fought. And before that, I'm not really a YouTuber or a TV kind of person, so I didn't really know who they were. And we had a drink, or we got pissed that time in Abu Dhabi after the fight in the hotel. So we've kind of just stayed in touch since then. And yeah, me and Steve get along well, and he's always there when I need him for a beer and a shoe. So it's kind of just been a good match.
Yeah, move over, Steve. Baz. Bam Bam will do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Steve's YouTube channel was actually taken down last night by YouTube, so hopefully that can be sorted out. So maybe that's a shout out you can give in Paris. Say, get Steve back his YouTube channel.
Yeah, you lizards,
All right.
as Paddy the Baddy would say.
Give him his YouTube. So they just took it off.
Yeah, just too wild.
Too much fun. Having too much fun.
Too much
So what
crack is the
happens
Irish
now?
would say.
Like, even don't they pay you? I mean, that sort of thing?
They have their own special channel as well, so they'll be able to sort something else out. But hopefully he gets back. He's one of the faces of YouTube.
Wow. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, you definitely missed that. And Toy, tell us this: how's the Tai Tuivasa going? How are sales?
Yeah, well, we sold out of the first batch. We've got a new batch landing. Should land next week.
Just in time
And
for
then,
Paris.
Just in time for Paris. What a coincidence. And then, yeah, we will start getting them out the door as well.
I know it's obviously a great bit of merch for yourself and a great bit of product, but like when you see someone using the Tai Tuivasa as opposed to using a real shoe, do you think they're a bit soft?
Not if it's a Tai Tuivasa. You're as hard as they come. You're as hard as they come.
So Toy, the countdown is well and truly on for Paris now. What's the next few weeks going to look like for yourself in the build up to this fight? Because this is going to be huge, especially for European MMA as well. Going to be able to check it out in Paris on the 3rd of September.
Just head down, grind away. Same old. I've done this many times now. At the end of the day, it is just another fight. Obviously, there's the bigger awards, but I kind of don't really get too fussed into all of that. I just, like I said, I let my coaches do their job, and everyone in my team does their job, and I do my job, and let's go out there and perform.
That's why Bam Bam is a fan favorite, Ross.
He absolutely is. I think one thing that the fans love about you is you're authentic. You are what you get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no one probably on the roster that's more authentic than you are. Like, I'd say it's a bit like that fella just doesn't give a shit. Like, he just does what he wants, and like people just have to accept him and love him. That's just part of it. But obviously, this is a big one, Toy. This is the biggest one of your career. Cyril Gane in France. What do you think he brings to the table? And was there anything from the Francis fight that you've taken away from that?
Obviously, he's a great athlete. Look at the rig on him. He's definitely doesn't look like me, but
or me. Don't worry about it. I'm rocking the dad bod too.
Oh, this man, I don't want to be left out, lads.
I'm doing this for the fatties. Don't worry. So, but at the end of the day, this isn't modeling. This is fighting, and he's very fast. He's very he's elusive. But I'm gonna stick to my game plan, and that's when I touch, they're gonna know they've been touched, and then I'm gonna hunt him down and do what I do, knock cunts out.
Yeah, that is exactly what you do. You know what I mean? And will this reach the second round, Toy? Because you're not fond of the second round really either, are you?
Look, I think I've there's one thing I learned during my free fight losing stint was that I need to be patient, and my hands have got power and my kicks have got power, and it'll all come when it comes. And if that's in the first or in the second or the fifth, it is what it is. I've kind of learned not to rush things now, and I'm sure if I be smart and I stick to what we're practicing in the camp and what I'm being taught, it's just up to me to go out there and put it together. And fighting's not that hard. Punch just make it harder than it is. You know what I mean? It's just a bit of punch face.
That is one thing actually I did want to ask you, Toy, because obviously this is the main event. It is a 5-rounder. Cyril loves the 5 rounds. He loves going all 5 rounds. He's as Conor McGregor would say, he's a decision merchant. Not so much in your case, Toy. You've only been distance twice, I think, in your UFC tenure. If it goes into rounds 4 and 5, that's sort of uncharted territory for yourself. How prepared are you for that?
Oh, like I said, I focus on myself and I'll be ready. And I think if he's just going to keep running away for 5 rounds, I think I'll have some gas in in my legs and my hands. So, you know, unless he comes out there and wrestles me for 5 rounds, I'll be ready. Even if he does wrestle me for 5 rounds, you know, I'll still be ready.
Tolly, just before we wrap things up, can you tell us what it's like, the scene is like, the MMA scene in Australia, New Zealand area, just like over the last few years, there's been so many big names coming through the ranks. Like, what's the sort of scene like now?
You can see the amount of talent and the amount of prospects we've got coming out of Australia and New Zealand. We have a big fighting culture, just in general. We don't have many weapons, like we don't have, you know, guns and stuff like this. So we have a fighting culture. You throw some hands since you're a young age, and now we've got the skill set and you know, people teaching it. I think that there's going to be a few more champions coming out of Australia, that's for sure. And I think one thing is good is we all back each other.
Yeah,
that's
quite
definitely. So.
Yeah, also Robert Whittaker is going to be competing on the card against Marvin Vettori as well. So, like, this card is not to be missed on September 3rd, Ross.
Yeah, 2-0 for Australia. Let's make it happen.
We're definitely going to have a crack, that's for sure.
Tell us this, Toy. Does September 3rd end with you sitting on top of the cage in France, beer in one hand, shoe in the other hand?
Well, that's what I'll be going for, that's for sure.
That's what everyone wants to see.
Well, I like to fight. I'm either winning or I'm losing. That's it. So there's only 2 ways about it. And I don't think anyone going out there to win.
I think you're actually probably one of the most likable characters in the game, Toy. You know that. I don't think anyone could ever say a bad word about you. Like, you're just that much likable. Will Steve be at the fight?
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, will Steve will do it, be at the fight?
Will he be there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not too sure. Fuck, he's everywhere, that bloke. He's got too much money. So hopefully he flies over and we're there. But there'll be some Drink West in the crowd this time, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. We have to make sure that someone's there ready to throw the beer and the shoe up to you. You know what I mean? So that has to be a designated person, you know?
Yeah, that's a full-time job.
I've always got something set up. It's a method to my madness, you know?
I love it.
That's why you cannot miss Tai Tuivasa against Cyril Gane in Paris on the 3rd of September, Ross.
Yeah, it is going to be an absolute epic one. Toy, did you want to have any final words before we let you head off for the rest of your day?
I'm good. Kids stay in school and everyone else party hard.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Guys, thanks a million for watching this episode with Bam Bam, Tai Tuivasa, the Shoey King. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, share, subscribe. And if you're watching this on UFC Fight Pass, make sure to hit the Energized show as a favorite. And as always, stay energized.
Yes.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you've done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.